Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I can't do an intro to save my life. I used to be funny. I don't know why I'm not anymore. So welcome back. Thanks for being here. If you've been here before and you're back, thank you. Gosh, that means a lot. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and subscribe. I'm here every week. I talk about something or nothing or anything or whatever. If you want to talk about something, you tell me. I kind of messed up. Didn't get one done last week. Won't happen again. So every week I'm here. So I figured I'd do a little Q&A. What do you really know about me? First, my name is Shea. I live in Panama City Beach, Florida. I grew up in Alabama, but I've lived in Los Angeles. I've kind of lived all over. So why surgery? A lot of people ask me, why did I have this surgery? Well, I had it because I had had enough of not being able to do the things that I wanted to do and struggling so much to do the things that I could still do. And it was a challenge. People don't realize, like, even shaving is a challenge when you get to a certain size. And so quality of life for me was important. I got to where I just was done being fat. I was done being fat. I've been fat for a long time. I had tried a really long time to lose weight and I was just tired of being fat. So yeah, I had the surgery, and that was in 2017, October of 2017, and now we're here, March of 2021. Yeah, so how much did I lose? I actually lost a total of 172 pounds at the lowest, or at my lowest. I got down to 137 pounds. I now sit between, like, I sit around 160. I am now about 167 because of the stupid protein stuff that I'm having to do, which is fine. I'm okay with it. 137 was way too low for me. I'm actually most comfortable around 160. So that other 7 pounds I definitely want to get off. I want to stay around 160. That's where I'm comfortable. So I've regained a total of like 30 pounds from when I got to my lowest, but I've tried to gain about 23 of those pounds. So the other ones are not as intentional. The first 23 were. So it's another question, how much regain? There you go. That's my regain. How much did it cost? My surgery all in was $11,200, and that covered the surgery, the aftercare, all the prep work and everything up into the surgery. And then, of course, I had outpatient because my insurance didn't cover it. So I didn't stay in the hospital overnight. I stayed in a hotel by the hospital, and they sent a nurse in the middle of the night, or in the night, to check on me and check the drains and all that stuff. And then the next morning I went in, they pulled out my drains, and they sent me home pretty quick. I did have outside expenses with the hotel and things like that. Some supplement expenses and things that just weren't included in what I was paying. But that was basically, if you're going to pay for it yourself in Alabama, I would suggest, it's going to be around $11,000. So a lot of people's insurance will cover it. I just didn't have insurance that would, so I paid out of pocket. As far as the aftercare support or afterward support, I don't really think that when you're self-pay, there's a lot of aftercare. There can be, you have to be diligent. You have to kind of find it and be very intentional on being involved in some aftercare, because there's no requirements from an insurance company. So they're not calling you and setting appointments. I went for my 3-month follow-up and I went for my 6-month follow-up, and then that was it. I didn't go back. I haven't been back since then. And I should have gone back at least once a year. And so I don't recommend that. I don't. You need to take advantage of any aftercare that you have and any visits with the nutritionist so that you can go over any issues you might be having. They know more about this than your regular doctor does. So you need to make sure you're having contact with them. So yeah, but the aftercare is a little lacking for self-pay. For insurance, I don't really know. I didn't go that route, so I can't really speak on the aftercare on that. Y'all can tell me how that went, if that was better for you guys. A lot of people ask me what my family and friends' opinions were and what they thought about it. And for the most part, they were really supportive. I had really supportive family and really supportive friends. My husband did not really want me to get it done, and I think it was more of the fear of what could happen to me, and he just was scared that I may not make it through the surgery. It's not a hard surgery. It's not a very risky surgery. Obviously every surgery has risks and complications. He just is kind of he doesn't do well when it comes to surgery. So he didn't really want me to do it for that reason. And my regular doctor did not really want me to do it either, because he had had patients that had had the gastric bypass and had some bad experiences. Yes, everybody has different experiences. I'm not saying bad experiences don't exist. I'm not saying the sleeve can't have bad experiences, but and I had my bad experiences even with the sleeve, but for the most part, my friends and family and the people I talked to were very supportive. Most people knew that I'd been struggling with this for a very long time. I'm sure there are people that judge me about it. I'm sure there are people that talk about me and say things. I'm sure there are people that look at my Facebook and look at my Instagram and just see if I've gained weight and see if I am still succeeding on this journey or if I'm failing. Because honestly, I know that a lot of times people kind of almost want to see you fail. And I don't know why that is. It just happens, and it's nothing against you. It's not a reflection of anything with you. So don't ever take it that way. If you feel that about somebody, just understand that's something with them. Like they're dealing with something and they're feeling like they're not successful or they're not getting something in their life if they're wanting you to fail. So just ignore that, but just know it does happen. And you will have people, even sometimes people that are close to you, that will kind of expect you to fail. A lot of people ask, what about your sex life after the surgery? I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I'm sure my mom is watching this. And I've probably some of my brothers. And there's no telling who. So anyway, it gets better. Things are easier. It can definitely improve your sex life if you're having issues with it. And if you're as overweight as I was, there are going to be issues, whether it's your insecurities, whether it's your size in general causing problems, whether it's the fact that you don't have any stamina and you run out of breath. There's a lot of things that can impact it when you're larger, and a lot of those go away when you lose a significant amount of weight. So yes, it can definitely make your sex life better and improve your sex life. I think it can improve every aspect of your life. There's also downfalls for sure. There's a divorce rate that comes with the surgery, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that one person is improving themselves and the other person feels left behind or doesn't want to improve themselves as well, thinks that they can maybe continue to treat the person who had no self-esteem the same way they used to, and that may not fly anymore because that person may have more self-esteem. So a lot of times people divorce from after the surgery, but the surgery is not the cause of the divorce. And I want people to understand that. If you get a divorce after you've had, or your spouse has had a significant surgery, it's just going to change the dynamic of that relationship. It's going to change how you feel, how they feel. It can change a lot of ways, and it can change for the better or it can change for the worse. Most people that divorce after they've had a surgery like this or any type of life-changing surgery, it's not because of the surgery. It's because they had issues before that were not dealt with, and they just got worse after the surgery. So I'm going to give you a quick update about what happened with my second doctor's appointment with my second blood draw. If you do not know what I'm talking about, just go to the video about my bone marrow biopsy. I'll link it in the description or something. Just go see that video and it'll catch you up, and then you can come back here. Okay, so anyway, second blood draw. It was worse than the first. We're not any better off. Increasing my protein did not change anything. Yeah, it just got worse. We are now on a track to wait 6 weeks to do it again because it is a blood issue, and the last couple of times that I've had my blood drawn, it has been around or while I was on my period, and they have been actually really heavy since they started back. So I think that could be affecting it. My doctor does not, but he's, appeasing me, whatever. And he's gonna let me get it done in 6 weeks, so I'm not on my period when we do the next blood draw. After that, if it's still bad, I'm gonna have to go to a hematologist at that point. Anyway, I don't feel bad. I feel great. I feel better than I have in years. I don't understand how I could possibly be really sick with the way that I feel, but we'll see what happens. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing with like COVID and stuff? First of all, if you're in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, any Mississippi, where all those tornadoes just came through. I hope y'all are all safe. I hope everybody had minimal damage. And wow, I mean, that is crazy. The weather has been crazy already this year. If you're in Texas and you're recovering from the snowstorm still, again, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you have power and you can actually watch this. But so there's a lot going on. And then COVID, and I don't know what else is happening. I don't really get out much, but anyway. Oh, the vaccine. Yeah. Are you taking the vaccine? Just comment below. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you my opinion. I ain't in here for that. But I'd love to hear yours. You know, are you getting the vaccine? Did you get the vaccine? How was it? I'm a baby when it comes to shots. Like even my B12 shot, which is like a tiny, tiny needle, makes, I cry. Like I cry every time. Every time they take my blood. I'll put a little video in here. I cry. Well, I'm such a baby. I just got my blood drawn again. And I'm crying. Yeah, I cry. I cry every time I get my blood drawn. Now I'm drinking juice. I haven't been able to eat all day. I cry every time they do my blood too. But I'm a baby. I don't like shots. I don't like anything to do with blood, or I can't even watch other people. Yeah, I can give a shot. It is so close to summer. I can smell it. I am so excited. I live in Panama City. I think I've said that before. Yeah. So it's beautiful here. The beaches are gorgeous. People are coming in town, obviously, to vacation here, which is kind of a pain in the butt to live in a touristy town when it's the summer. Like my husband got rear-ended with a golf cart today on the main road. That's what happens when you live in Panama City Beach. So anyway, I am so glad summer. That means I can get outside more. I can be more active. Gosh, I just love summers, especially at the beach. So what do you do for exercise? What do you do for food? What do you do to eat? What do you do for fun? A lot of people ask me if I have kids. I do, but they are not my birth children. I have two sons. They are my stepsons, so they were my husband's kids. I have an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, and they're both boys. And so, yeah, I consider them my kids, but I have not had any biological children of my own, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Sometimes people want to convince me that I needed to have my own baby, and I understand there's something about that, and a lot of women desire and really, really want that in their life. It is just, I think God had a different purpose for me, and it's just, yeah, I mean, I would have been fine having a baby, but it wasn't something that I had this huge desire to do. I wanted to have kids. I just had no desire to personally have children. So I had always thought I would adopt anyway. And when I met my husband, with him already having two kids, it was almost like I was adopting, but without adopting, if that makes sense. So yes, I have kids, but they're my stepsons. I consider them my kids, but biologically, they're my stepkids. Then I guess the last thing I'm gonna say or go over or talk about is people ask me what was probably my first or my best non-skill victory. And honestly, it was when I could walk more than a block without my back killing me so bad that I would have to squat and stretch it, because I had gotten to where I could not walk for more than a block without having to do that. That came very quickly. It's amazing what 15 pounds made, how big of a difference it made when I was so large. I was shocked that it made that big of a difference, but it did. Which just goes to show you, like, whatever stage you're at, every bit of loss that you're having is going in the right direction. So again, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Your body is different than everybody else's. So only worry about you and worry about what you're doing and what works for you, and focus on that. Everybody is different. So what works for you may not work for somebody else, and vice versa. So find what works. If there's something else you want to know, you can leave it in the comments, or I don't know, somehow get me some information and let me know what you want to know. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Obviously, you can find me on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe, please like, comment, share it with your friends. Come back next week. I will be here next week with a whole new video. Not sure what I'm gonna talk about yet. If you have any ideas, let me know. But I'll be here next week, and I'll see you then. So until then, please stay safe. It is a crazy world out there, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.